So again, he's very comfortable in those upper body positions where he can get to underhooks and throw them by to get to his single legs, and that's what he was able to do. That's how he secured the 2 takedowns that he got.
And now we go to the 133 weight class, where it looks like we have Seth Gross versus Cayden Rooks. Seth Gross, #1 in the nation in the 133 weight class. One of the best wrestlers in the country, and it's a tall order for Cayden Rooks, who comes out to Lunatic Fringe, a classic song from the wrestling movie Vision Quest. 20 seconds in, nothing really doing. Seth Gross has the leg elevated on Rooks, walking him across the mats. They're going to give him 2 points for a takedown as they go out of bounds. Quick 2-0 lead for Seth Gross.
And now we're in Seth Gross' wheelhouse, where he's very good on top, but he's going to cut Cayden Rooks loose here as he chooses optional start.
Just going to let him get up there. It's going to be a 1-point escape awarded to him after Gross lets him up. And now they're back locked up. Gross looking for everything. He gets a single leg grab. He's going to turn that into a 2-point takedown. 4-1 now. They're going to go out of bounds. Seth Gross wrestling with a ferocious pace.
And again, he chooses that optional start. He's likely trying to put the pace on Cayden, get him tired, so that way later on in the match he can be in the top position and secure that fall.
Right, we are only not even a minute into the first period, and the pace already looks to be a little too much for Rooks, as Gross is really controlling it. Gross is awarded another takedown, 6-2. They're going to go out of bounds again. And Rooks doing everything he can to fight off Gross, dragging him out of bounds, trying to get that clock stop, trying to not let the pace get to him too much. Rooks is going to start in the down position now with Gross on top. And Gross is not going to opt to let him get up as he's fighting to keep him down. Rooks trying to get away. Gross just holding on to his foot. And he ends up just letting him go. 6-3 now after Rooks is awarded another escape point. Gross in there on the single leg shot, though. He's got it elevated. He's got the advantage. They're going to give him another takedown, 8-3. And Gross starting to accumulate riding time, 37 seconds. They go out of bounds again. And it seems that Rooks' main defense against Gross' speed is, as mentioned, trying to get out of bounds.
Hasn't stopped him yet, though.
Seth Gross, #1 in the country in this weight class. I mean, it's a tall order for anybody. But Cayden Rooks trying his best.
As if the pace wasn't enough, now the riding time will accumulate. That lead for Gross will accumulate and grow.
All right, Gross has got him on the mat. And there it is, the over 1 minute riding time advantage for Seth Gross. Nothing much happening for Rooks there. Not able to build a base as Gross had his leg hooked up. Now he takes him back down to the mat after Rooks was up to his feet. And Rooks has to build from 0 again. Up to the seat of his pants, but Gross is going to throw him back down to his knees. He's going to get out of it, though. 1-point escape, Rooks. 8-4. Rooks looking to be aggressive. He's in there on the shot with the single leg grab, but Gross is fighting him off as best he can. Gross flips him over. Rooks again has the advantage. The crowd wants to. Ref's not giving it to him. An awkward position for sure as Rooks is trying to get a 2-point takedown. Gross, however, trying to turn it into an advantageous spot for him. Looks like they're about to go out of bounds. Just sticking in. No points awarded yet. 8-4, and they're going to ride out the first period that way. We are going to go to the second period. 8-4, Seth Gross is up. 1 minute and 26 seconds of riding time for Seth Gross right now. Down 4, start of the second. What should Cayden Rooks be looking for right here?
Well, he was able to get on Gross's legs, but Gross is probably one of the best scramblers when someone is in on his leg at the collegiate level. So when Cayden does get in on his legs, he needs to be able to finish quickly. You know, if it's a blast double, that's a much more effective way of negating somebody's scrambling capabilities when you're in on their legs.
Right. To get another shot, Rooks is going to have to get up out of this, though. He's having trouble building a base. Gross trying to flip him over. There is a stall warning on Rooks called. Rooks up to both of his knees now. as he's trying not to let Gross dictate it too much, but Gross has his arm hooked under his body. And Cayden Rooks is just getting absolutely controlled here on the mat. 2 minutes and 18 seconds of riding time now for Seth Gross. He has passed the 2-minute mark of riding time. Rooks trying to break the hand lock that Gross had. Rooks up to his feet, just needs to get away, but Gross is not going to let it happen. Rooks turns it into a single leg grab. He's got to finish quick, as Sammy said, but Gross isn't letting anything happen, and this is where Gross is good. He doesn't let much get to him. He's got Rooks' leg now, and he's got him on his back. In trouble. Rooks was flopping around down there, and now he's up to his knees with Gross on top of him. They're going to go up almost out of bounds. Not quite yet. Yeah, there they go, out of bounds. 8-4, 14 seconds left in the second period. Seth Gross has accrued 3 minutes of riding time now. To start from here with 14 seconds left in the second, Rooks is going to be on bottom, Gross on top. Rooks tried to get up, but just nothing doing there as Gross just keeps him locked down onto the mat. And that's going to end the second period. Second period ends, score is 8-4. Going to the third, Seth Gross has a 3-minute, 26-second riding time advantage. Rooks is going to start the third on top. Cayden looking for any kind of offense he can get. He's going to let Gross get away there, though. 1 point to Gross for the escape awarded to him. 9-4 now. Gross takes a shot, gets the single leg, but Rooks isn't letting him get that takedown yet. And there they go for that takedown.
Time is of the essence right now. I mean, seemingly getting out of his hands over 3 minutes of riding time, 11-4 right now.
11-4, the riding time. Now continuing to go up, just hit 3.5 minutes. 1:30 less than now left in the third. Cayden Rooks looking to be mightily in trouble here now, as looks like Gross is going to try to go for a pin, but Rooks gets back to his stomach. Seth Gross just keeping him down there. Gross has Cayden Rooks' right leg locked up with both of his, making it that much harder for Cayden to build up a base and do anything from the bottom. And when Gross has that lock of his leg, you just can't do anything from that.
It's very difficult to gain any advantage in that position for the bottom wrestler.
Just about 30 seconds left here in the third. 11-4. Riding time is now up to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 4.5 minutes for Seth Gross.
I mean, Gross just came out at him furiously, and just as the match came down to the wire, Rooks just running out of gas. He's been worn down. Gross showing why he's the #1 wrestler in his weight class.
Right, and Sammy talked about it at the very beginning of the match. Seth Gross was taking that pace to him, tiring him out, and then once it got to the grueling end of the match, Rooks has hardly any gas left to do anything against Gross.
Just nothing to do, exactly.
About 15 seconds left in the third now. Rooks locked down on the mat. He's got a base belt, but it's not very strong as Gross is able to keep him down. 5 seconds left in the third, and it's going to end like this. And it just comes down to how much riding time Gross is going to get. 12-4 with the riding time advantage. Almost 5 minutes of riding time for Seth Gross. Going to make it 27-9, Wisconsin for the dual meet.